What does it take to get financing from a microfinance bank? What qualifies you? And how can that help your business grow? Well, on the UD Factor, we empower you with information on issues as we discuss them. My guest today is Anire Sele Okogun. She's the Chief Executive of Channel Microfinance Bank. Thank you. Thank you very much for coming to empower us with information today.
Thank you.
Well, you'll get to know a lot more about microfinancing and how you can get funds, and that's if you do not go anywhere. We'll see you after this time out.
Okay.
You're welcome back. Thank you, Anire.
Thank you very much, Auntie Yudi.
Short notice.
Thank you.
Chanel. That sounds French.
Yes.
Okay. A nice name for a microfinance. What is microfinancing all about?
Okay, microfinancing. Actually, the term microfinance became popular after year 2000, when most world leaders at the UN meeting in year 2000 took a strategic decision to get committed to the welfare of the welfare of human beings, and to also, in their thinking, they were thinking that if they had, they're able to give access to finance to those in the informal sector, it will help eradicate poverty, and at the end of the day, it will stimulate growth in most economies of the world. So after the meeting, most governments went back and took a strategic decision that they were going to stimulate growth in their economies by setting up institutions, microfinance institutions, to make people have access to financing. And through this, they will be able to, in a way, eradicate poverty or reduce substantially poverty, and also create jobs and businesses for people. So in Nigeria, in 2008, I think, the government of Olusegun Obasanjo, through the central bank governor, who is currently the Emir of Kano, Alhaji Lamido Sanusi, came up with a framework to set up microfinance institutions. And these institutions were to be regulated by government. And that is why today all microfinance in the country are being regulated by the Central Bank of Nigeria. And also, the primary objective is to be able to, one, look at the unbanked in our society, see how we can get funds. Because unbanked.
Those who are not.
Yes, yes, that's one of the objectives. Okay. To look at the unbanked in the society, get them into the banking sector. You understand? That's true savings. And also be able to give financing to those who they're active, they want to do something, but do not have access to finance. So for that reason, they set up these institutions so that individuals, small companies, small businesses, medium-sized companies could approach any institution around them for financing or also to make deposits. Because a lot of our people till date still keep monies at home. They don't believe in the formal sector, in the formal traditional banking sector. So they still keep monies at home. So two ways. They save and also have access to loans. So basically, we deal with micro, small, and medium customers.
What is the largest sum that one can apply for?
Yeah, it varies from institution to institution. Some will set a benchmark of 300, some 500, some 1 million. Okay. So in my institution, for instance, we try not to do more than 1 million. At a time.
Okay, now, that was the end of the question, so let's go back to the beginning. If one now says, I'm doing business and I want money from you, what's the process? How do they start? Do they require collateral? What is the beginning process? Somebody out there says, I've been wanting to go to a finance house all this while to go and get money. I'm so glad to hear the process.
Okay.
How do they start?
Okay, the process is very simple. First, you go into any microfinance bank that's near to you, that is close to you. You approach them, and first you establish a relationship, maybe by opening an account with the bank. And if you have a business you want, ask for the business manager, who most times are the loan officers. You ask for the business manager, then you explain what your particular business is all about, and you take the person through what exactly you want to do. Most traditional banks would want to ask you for collateral because, one, they do not know you, and you have no history with them, and they do not know how to access you. So most times they will not deal with you. So when you come to us, what we do is first we want to know you, and if we look at the business and we think it's a business that is viable, it's something that is doable, we go through it together. If you have a shop or a company, we come there, we visit and see what you do. After identifying and looking at what you do, we then go through the process with you. First, we ask for how long do you need this money? How much do you need? By the time we determine, sometimes from our interaction, you may not even need as much as you need, at a time. Because don't forget that the interest in microfinance is slightly higher than what you have in the traditional commercial bank. So what we do is we want to take you through, want to be sure you know what you're doing. So we go through it and say, okay, you need 500. Is it a startup? Why don't you start with, say, 250, 300? If you see how it progresses, you begin to ask for more. Some people know what they want to do. They say, okay, I need 500, I need 1 million. So you go through, you go and establish where they live, where they do their business. You look at what they have. You ask them, do you have guarantors? Do you have people you think are credible that can stand as guarantors to you? Maybe 1 or 2. So you look at them. They bring the guarantors to you. You identify who those guarantors are. You have a one-on-one meeting with these guarantors. Find out whether they can, and let them know what exactly they are going through, the procedures and what the conditions of the loans are. After explaining to the guarantors, if they are comfortable.
Hold that thought. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, our topic today is microfinancing. How you can get financing from a microfinance bank to finance your business, to help your business grow. You're welcome. Yeah, you were talking to us about...
So we get guarantors.
Yes.
We look at the guarantors. Once they're acceptable, you do a written application asking for the loan. But sometimes we have illiterates who cannot write. So we let them know. You have to read everything to them, let them understand what. So you get them to get somebody who understands, who you explain to, who understands, and reads it out and writes for them. And they sign or thumb print. You make them sign or thumb print that they're applying for the loan. After that, you also have some of them who cannot get guarantors who will give you post-dated checks. So what you do, you get them to get themselves into groups and they guarantee themselves. Those of them in the market, they guarantee themselves. So what you do with those kind of groups, they form a group. So if this person takes this month, after paying back, the other people are saving, the other person takes like that, and each person guarantees. So in that case, they have to know themselves. They have to be sure they are in a group with people who can actually pay back. You understand? Because if one person does not pay, it affects the other members of the group. So for individuals who want to also approach us, like I said, you get to post-dated checks, get to independent guarantor, we verify them.
They leave post-dated checks with you?
Yes, the guarantors.
As against the payment?
Yes.
Before the loan is even given?
Yes. So that's like a simple deposit of a post-dated check, so that in case they do not pay back, we hold on to that. So that's why we take time to explain to guarantors, because even as a guarantor, you don't want to leave your check with anybody until you're sure. So for those who take the commitment to leave their checks, that means they're willing and to forgo, yes, just in case.
But you don't cash the checks until they fold you.
No, we don't. We don't. No, our plan is not even to cash the check. Our plan is for the businesses to do well, and they pay you back. You let the guarantors know your.
They take their check.
Yes.
I'm saying peradventure, the person can't
defaults. Yes.
So what happens?
So when the person defaults, what you do, you invite the person for a meeting. You want to find out what exactly the problem is. If you discover is something that it's not a case of the person diverted the money intentionally, it's something that can be, the person just needs some time to be able to pay back. You can restructure the loan maybe for another 6 months, and you gradually help them to pay you back. Maybe you go into some kind of arrangement where on a daily, on a weekly, you go to collect from them until they finally liquidate whatever is outstanding.
Peradventure, the business dies. What happens to the guarantor's check?
If the business dies, first, when the business begins to have problems, you call the guarantor, so that because they are close to these loan customers, so they begin to find out themselves what exactly, because the customer will probably be able to talk to them. So when he falls due, you have meetings with them. If they ask for time, you give them time. But if it becomes a situation where the customer cannot pay anymore, of course, this money is at depositors' funds. It has to be paid back. So you call the customer that you want to present deposited checks. Or alternatively, if they want to redeem it by bringing cash to clean out the loan, because some people have integrity, they would not want you to present their checks and it bounces. You begin to chase them all over the place with law enforcement agents. You don't want to do that. So you let them know. So if they want to pay, they pay you. If they want to, they say, okay, present. Or the two guarantors will split the sum and pay. Then look for ways to get the monies back, yes.
As a microfinance house, when people come to you and get the loan, do you, from time to time, visit their businesses to see how it's doing? Do you get involved?
We do that every day. As a matter of fact, when they take these loans, what we do is we break it down to daily, weekly, or monthly repayments. Some of them would say, I want to pay this sum every day towards 6 months to liquidate the entire outstanding. Some would say, I want to pay weekly. Some would say, okay, I want to pay every month. I'll give you this lump sum, principal and interest, every month to clean out the entire thing. So we go out to our customers. And that's why I tell people microfinance is a special skill. You must have people relationship skill to be able to do it. You must be involved. You must be hands-on. Because apart from just giving the loan, sometimes we also do advisory services. We talk to them. We help them with simple bookkeeping. We get people to talk to them about insurance, about health, about various things. So because it's an all-round thing, if you don't take care of these little bits around, the monies may be diverted, and at the end of the day, you just lose principal and interest. So we visit them, we work with them. We are with them every day. We go into the market to collect. We don't wait for them to come to us.
Outside of the market people, market women, market men, traders.
Yes, we go to offices.
Okay, you have people in offices
yes.
who have small businesses who come to collect them.
Yes. Sometimes we have people who even work in banks, in institutions, who do paid employment, who want to acquire assets, maybe 1 or 2 assets, and they want you to, because they will not be able to take that kind of amount from their salary, they want to spread it over time. So they give you post-dated checks as well, maybe a staff of a bank or anywhere, a reputable company that can guarantee the loan. So they give you post-dated checks, and over time, they liquidate those assets. So you buy the assets for them, and over time, they pay you back, depending on the tenor you have agreed with them.
Since you started running a microfinance bank, has anybody defaulted?
Oh, we see that every day. Every day. But somehow we try to get by. A lot of people default. You know, it's a general Nigerian thing. Somehow you just have to look for a way to deal with it. And it's a general integrity thing. Yes. Some people approach you, you know, it's an offset of the society. Some people approach you. From day one, they know they're not going to pay their loan. So no matter what you have put in place, they still look for a way to beat it. They know. Some know, they see it, oh, it's national cake. Let me just quickly take this and go away. I mean, let me just take care of myself. They have money, you know. And some people are really committed to it. You know, if they take and pay back, they'll be able to take again, take more. And for those kind of people, their business will grow. They'll begin to employ more people. That way, if we have more of those kind of people, it leads to economic growth. You understand? And I think that was exactly what world leaders were looking at when it was set up, and said, how do we create sustainable, yes, how do we create this? So
hold it up. Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. You're welcome back. If you're just joining us, this is the final moment of microfinancing. How do you get to a microfinance bank to finance your business? In this remaining moments, you're going to talk us through the process.
Okay.
For somebody who's just joining us.
Okay.
Talk us through the process. Application, process of obtaining the loan, up to repayment.
Okay. So you come, you approach your bank. There are lots of microfinance banks. All of them.
Microfinance
yes,
bank where you want
yes. You approach the microfinance bank where you want to take the loan. Yes. You fill the forms. You open the account. Once the accounts are open, you talk to the loan officer. They give you the loan forms. You look through. You'll be made to write. For my case, Channel Microfinance Bank, you'll be made to write a written application. Then you fill the form. Your guarantors also would fill their portion of the form where it gives their personal information. Then after which we get your BVN, want to also do a check whether you have borrowed in any other place before. So I think that was a good innovation too. So we check, once we check you're not borrowing anywhere and you're not repaying. You can borrow anywhere, but whether you have repaid back. So once we check that is okay, the loan officer visits you, visit your business, visit all the places, and everything has been found okay. They send in the application for approval. Then, depending on the amount you want, once the amount has been approved, your account will be credited and you make your withdrawals. But it will be done in such a way that the repayment will be gradually done so that it will be easy for you to pay back. And it's going to be done at your convenience. Some people want to pay back every day. Some people want to pay back once a week. Some people want to pay back bi-weekly. Some people want to pay once a month. So depending on the tenor, it could be 1 month, it could be 6 months, it could be 5 months, it could be, depending on the tenor that is suitable for you, the loan is disbursed after the post-dated check and the guarantors thing have been put in place, is disbursed, and you are monitored daily to see how you're using the funds. So if it's a business that is into production, from time to time, the loan officers come to your business premises to see how you're doing and then what you're doing with the form and how everything is going. So basically, that is it.
Under what condition can you say no? If somebody applies, under what condition can you say you're not eligible?
Okay, sometimes we do background check. Sometimes we find out from people.
When you say you do background check, how far do you go? What kind of background check?
Sometimes, like for those in the market, now I try to say those in the market because most of my clients are in the market. Okay. So for those kind of people, we go to their neighbors without them knowing and say, how credible, because they know themselves, how credible do you think this person is? Some of them will say, don't give them money. That person, the other bank came the other day, they were pulling them. So sometimes we go to their houses without them knowing. We go to find out. So when we get those, so we don't say anything. We just say, okay, we have looked at it. Sorry, at this time, we want to know you some more. Why don't you let's have the relationship and know you some more? Maybe gradually, when we see what you're doing, we'll be able to assist you. So that's it. Mainly on integrity grounds, you know, when you're not so sure the monies will come back. So on those grounds, you don't want to.
In all of this, since you started, at that times you've been wrong. When you look at someone, it doesn't look like the person can repay, and suddenly the person just surprises you. And maybe you follow your intuition and just say, well, it doesn't look trustworthy. But
oh, yes, yes. We've operated for over 10 years now.
Really?
Yes, so definitely there are some people that in the past we have looked at and said, can this person pay? And some of them have come to surprise us, and even their business over the years have grown. You see them building houses from the little help you've been able to, and from maybe a loan of, say, 200, 300,000, you begin to build them into collecting millions from you, and they repay you back. So yes, we've had those cases where you don't even give someone a chance, and at the end of it, just say, okay, let's just try him. And the person pays back. You do repeat business, they pay back. And the target is to get the unbanked into the formal banking sector. So we also seek out people who save, even without taking. And all these beggars on the street, many of them have monies in their houses.
And we still give them
yes, you give them money. They have monies in their houses. You know, so what we do is we also seek out people who want to save. Some people want to save, but they don't want to go. They're afraid of the traditional banks. Oh, we're too dirty. They don't deal with people like us. You know, we're too small. So those kind of people, they just do their regular savings. They don't even ask you for loans. You understand? So it's not loan all the time. Sometimes some people just come to ask you questions. How do you go about this? What do we do? We have businesses. Is there any way? Even we have some clients who are saving. Okay, we want to see how we can manage our businesses better. Can you give us somebody who can help us keep the books? We do that too. We have people in-house, some of our staff who go to assist them to keep their books, so that they're able to separate between principal and profits. Yes. Yes.
In this remaining moments, what would you say concerning microfinance? What is the one thing you think is so important that they should know?
Okay. We are around your neighborhood. We just need you to seek us out and do business with us. We'll be able to help you in whatever form, whether you're formal, whether you're informal. We'll be able to come down. We come down to all levels to manage your businesses or manage you in such a way that, especially for the poor, in our thinking, we'll be able to, in our own little way, turn around the circle of poverty.
And I think that the bookkeeping you've added, because a lot of people don't know how to keep
yes. Yes, so they just take principal and think profit, everything. Before you know, they start spending, it's my money. So it's very important, you know. And if you don't do that, if you don't look for ways to train these individuals or business owners, that they must be able to separate profit from principal. Before you know, the principal or capital will be eroded. And they will not be able to repay.
Anyway, thank you so much for coming to empower us with information on Microfinance Bank. I've learned a lot myself because I didn't know anything about Microfinance Bank. Because actually a viewer wrote to find out how they can get money from a microfinance bank to finance their business.
Thank you, Auntie Yudi, and thank you for giving us this platform.
Thank you, my pleasure.
Thank you.
Viewers, you know what it is to what microfinance banks do. It is for you to go get funds to help your business grow. And the part I'm really interested in is the part where they help you keep your books, because that's the part that a lot of us, including, we don't do. So you don't have to be poor. There's no need. With the setting up of Microfinance Bank, everybody now has access to finance to help your business grow. You don't have to be a multi-millionaire. 200, 300 can help your business grow. So go out there to a Microfinance Bank. Now that you know the requirements, it will help your business grow and you can turn your situation around. Until I come your way another time, my name is Yudi. This is My Factor. Goodbye, God bless, and see you again next week.